Good evening. This is Sam's Memorable Adventures. I'm your host, Sam, and as usual, talking about what's going on in my life. Today, in about 10 minutes, I'll be having a nice little phone chat with my brother, wishing him a happy birthday. But before I begin with that, I thought I would just go through what's happened this week. So, this week, I managed to get myself on the right track. There's some income issues that I'm having that I'm still trying to resolve, but I'm working on those as we speak, and I'm trying to go through with that. In addition, I have been preparing an investment speech. Learning this skill has been one of the hardest skills of my life, but I'm practicing it every day and trying to stick up with it. Finally, I've been helping and assisting my older students. I've had students from last year that I've been trying to help them either improve their English or find a better suitable situation for them. But one thing I've learned is that you always have to take care of yourself first. So, while I am trying to take care of myself, I thought I would share a little bit. Share maybe a story too about my past. This is probably a pretty well-used story, but I wanted to share this because I find that it's a very relevant example to pretty much describe what this adventure has been like for the past 11 years in China. So, when I first came to Jining, it was a very long time ago. We'll say about 10 years. I had just moved in maybe about a year, and I'd gotten used to the block. And in Jining, most people would refer to me as Old Black. At the time, they thought it was something that was endearing and still use it to this day, but I had to take the time to tell them that, as an American, that's not quite what we usually say. But anyway, as I was walking down the street, heading to work, I took the time to approach an intersection, and I noticed a peculiar situation. There was a gentleman. He was riding on his bike. I myself was standing at the corner. This gentleman looked over and saw me for the first time. His eyes were a shock. He was locked on me, and he was riding, not noticing anything, and then whoop-bap! Ran right into a pole. He was so intent on my difference and how different I looked that there was nothing he could do except hit that pole. I immediately laughed my butt off. I was laughing hysterically, and I could not help but laugh. It was one of the many experiences that I'll probably share with you through this video experience of how my experience has built to what it is today. It's been a wonderful educating process being here. Teaching English as a second language to children, adults, people in between, everybody who wanted to learn has been great. And the friends I've made over the past years, so although some of them, had different goals and approaches, a lot of them have been very, very wonderful. And to see the culture expose itself has been really, really great for me. Now, I would be remiss to not talk about what is happening. Right now, I am conflicted deep in my heart. First off, of course, I miss my family. Want to be home with them desperately. But my purpose overrides my emotion at this point. But what's really gotten to me is something that I care about deeply, and that is the situation politically within the U.S. Now, my affiliation is Democrat, but I'm American through and through. And to see this insurgency or insurrection, however you wish to word it, has been very disheartening. And the fact that we're attempting to impeach the man who caused the situation is understandable, but at the same time will only bury a deeper divide. I believe that Donald Trump is actually a blessing in disguise. As a lot of people will view him either as a good guy or a bad guy, maybe the worst president ever, Donald Trump's leadership has brought those people whose hearts and minds are against the public out into the open. For better or for worse, it's easier to identify them now. It's easier to know them. And those people are now out and about. I think that this is a good chance to bring them to the table and discuss how there can be appeasement between the two groups, how there can be a way to calm the tides of frustration, and how there's a way to bridge the gap between them. Because at the end of the day, they're not leaving America, and their feelings are going to be represented. So that's it for all I have to say today. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to making the next vlog. Take care.